Hello everyone. Today I'm going to have a product review of this Turing A8 audio mixer. I'll sweeten that with kind of like a short tutorial of how to use a mixer, right? So what I have here is a channel, as you can see, a channel stereo mixer. And then first of all, I want to say, I want to actually help you understand, all the ports, and you see a lot going on here, right? So I want to just make sure we get the basics. So on the top of this panel, you can see actually most of the mixer looks similar. So you can see there's an input port, right? So the input could be a mic, you can see. And then could be in my A channels input, I can have like up to 8 of them, actually 6. But this one, if you have a music instrument, right, and then you can use guitar, right? So I'll show you how to do that later. And then you can also have CD player input. You can also have some other kind of like input in this port. And then this is the output, the main output. Obviously, because it's stereo, there's a left and right. That's why I have this cable, right? I bought this cable, and then connect to this can be connected to the amplifier or some speaker. Underneath here, you can see in each column, they are corresponding, right? So for this mic, these two, by the way, if you go closer, these two and also these two support the Phantom 48V power supply. And obviously, if you press this down, you'll use that, right? So internally, this guy actually provides the supply for 48V, right? So that works very well. And then this is a XLR mic, right? You can see the port. So I can unplug it. It looks like this, right? Okay. Now here, I'll explain something here. So HPF essentially it's called the high pass frequency. That means the low frequency signal will be actually blocked, and only the high frequency signal can be allowed to pass. So which actually reduces the noise. That's why when you press this button, it works better, right? So if you have a guitar, the way how I connect with by the way, this is my guitar. The way how I connect that with this mixer is by something called Bluetooth. Yeah, let me make it big. So this is the sound receiver, and it pairs with this sound transmitter. So this guy connects with the guitar, right, port. And then this guy you can plug in anywhere here, right? So once you turn both on, and then the guitar sound can be transmitted here, right? This receiver will receive the guitar, and obviously because it's a mixer, whatever you talk with from the mic, it's gonna actually mix with this, and the audio combined sound effect will come out from here. So there's a different frequency adjust button in each column. So this one, for example, for the mic, you can adjust this all the way to very high volume, and you can go with low volume. That means the higher you go, that means the more high frequency signal will pass in, and then the lower you go, the less of the high frequency signal will come in, right? So same applies to mid and also low. And then this guy is the overall kind of like a volume, the control, right? And then here, FX. So this is the interesting button. If you, usually it's up, right? If you press this down, and then you can use this to adjust the effect. What this does is, instead of passing this signal directly out to the output, it will go through the internal processor. There's the internal FX processor to kind of like, you know, taking into consideration of the sound effect. Let me turn it down. So here's the button to control different kind of like a sound effect. And you can see, you know, in my example, this one has actually 24 of them, but for each, there's actually obviously different usage, you know, some are good for stage, some are good for, you know, house, hall, or some are good for room and things like that, right? Each manual has the details, and for each of the effect, you can, you know, use this button to kind of like adjust to see, you know, when your sound come in, which effect you want to apply to that sound, right? And then obviously the main here is actually the main volume, and then this guy here, this machine also, this mixer also allows, you know, input from PC and USB, right? When you press this down, when you pop it up, it's actually PC signal. You can, you know, enter PC signal, and you can, when you press it down, you can actually use the USB. For example, you have some like a audio, you know, information, and then you can actually get in from here, and then, you know, you can mute it. If you don't want to have this sound effect, you can press and it will stop it, right? And this one is how you adjust, right? My machine does actually support Bluetooth as well, so PC, Bluetooth, and MP3, and this is the volume, right? So you can stop, you can press, and you can change the mode, right? So you can see Bluetooth and line in, right? Yeah, and obviously left and right. And this is the input if you have some like podcast signal from your cell phone, and then you can actually have the signal coming from here. You can actually also transmit the PC signal from here as well. And this guy controls volume of this one. So this is the where, you know, you before you actually transmit the information to PC via this, you want to hear, you know, how does it sound, right? So when you play guitar, when you actually you know, say something, this guy directly give you the feedback, right? Your check before you can really before you really kind of like you know, record whatever sound effect result you want, and then this controls the volume. So yeah, let me show. This is my kind of like a 48V Phantom microphone, right? So this actually goes into there, and this guy is just a normal like a, you know, ear plug, and then this cable connects to, I bought this sound card, USB sound card. So this one actually is a USB port. It connects to the computer, and you can control the volume, and then the main output from the mixer gets into the mic here. You can see the mic, and then the other side is the, you know, you can hear the result coming out from the PC from here, and then that's the, you know, podcast. This one, the podcast, you know, signal you can get in from here. So that's pretty much it. I think I've actually tried this a few times and think it's pretty good one. And there does, you know, I do hear some echo sometimes, I think, you know, but by adjusting different knobs, and you know, I can actually reduce that to minimum. I can also, you know, kind of like combine different channels together. I tried that, it works fine. So this is a pretty good one, I think, you know, for home studio usage and stuff. yeah, I mean, let me know. I mean, put in the comment area if you have any questions I would like to answer, and then, you know, I'll put some product information details, whatever I used, at the bottom of the description. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoy. Bye-bye.